Welcome, everyone, to this brand new edition of 5 Round MMA. My name is Alex Ramirez, alongside my co-host, Albert Sita. Thank you all for tuning in on whatever platform you are enjoying us in, whether it be our YouTube channel or our audio version, whether it be on Amazon Podcasts, Podomatic, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your audio podcasts, we are available here. Thank you all for tuning in very much this week. Got a lot to talk about in the world of professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. As always, this week's show is brought to you by Foxhound Fuel. Train hard, stay sharp. I also want to announce a new sponsor we have, Wildbar Company. It's all natural, vegan, paleo, like protein, kind of pre-workout bars, meal bars. It's great stuff. We'll have more information about both our sponsors as we enter the championship rounds, but I want to thank them both for presenting this week's show. Albert, before we start, how's it going, man?
It's going real good. So real quick, I was able to try the post thing for Foxhound. Yeah, it helps.
It helps.
I don't know the science behind the stuff that's in it, but trust me, it helps. I had a killer weekend. I went to Disneyland, and then I had a little basketball tournament with my siblings, and then I had a friend, and then I helped a friend move. So
you were loaded up on the physical activity.
So
weren't
I
you?
needed recovery. I did it. I feel pretty good right now. If you look, I'm walking, and that's all that matters. Real quick though, I took the kids to Disneyland. It sucked. Not Disneyland. It just sucks going with kids.
Okay.
I am very. Well, I'm used to really enjoying Disneyland when I go. I used to be an annual pass holder, I think, for like almost 10 years.
Enjoying Disneyland.
Yeah, and I used to love going to Disney. Bro, taking two kids to Disneyland, it's not fun. They're complaining. I'm trying to give them a special moment. They don't want the special moment.
Just for reference, both your kids are under 5 years old, right?
Yeah,
okay.
2 and 1. And one of them falls asleep. The other one stays awake. That one goes to sleep. This one stays awake. You can't
go on Space Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain.
Exactly. I wasn't able to focus on the rides I want to go to. Whatever.
What a concept.
At the end of the day, it's all for the gram, I guess. I got some good pictures. I don't know. I guess they can't get mad at me as a father that I never took them anywhere. I took them to Disneyland. You got it. But they better not get mad when they find out that Daddy used to go to Disneyland without them all the time. Because best believe I need to check out Rise of Skywalker, the ride still.
Yeah, Rise of Resistance.
Rise of Resistance, sorry. And I want to get my fix in too. I just don't want the kids there.
I found out something recently. I'm getting more on TikTok and kind of get, our platform on social media is more on that platform because I think we're pretty good on Twitter, pretty good on Instagram. But TikTok, we're sort of relatively new on. There's this new thing called Shugi.
Shugi, I do not know.
It's things that millennials like that the younger generation find corny. And one of them is Disney adults. It's
Are you serious?
Adults who go to Disney are Shugi, bro. So, Disney adult is Shugi. It's kind of like, that's corny.
Well, you know what? For me, I don't care how corny it is, bro. For life, bro.
For life.
For life.
I could have swore I remember hearing Walt Disney say he created Disneyland for, kids and the families.
Bro, that's for me.
Real quick, I want to touch back on what you said about the science behind Foxhound Fuel. All natural ingredients, man. That's what it is. It's no artificial sweeteners. That's why you don't get that jittery feeling. It's all natural. They got a pre-workout to help you get that pump. They got a hydration powder for your during workout to kind of keep your workout going. And like you said, the post-workout recovery powder helps you recover faster, get you ready for the next day for your next workout.
Best believe I'm going to use code FiveMMA and get myself the post-workout one.
Yep.
ASAP. I'm going to try the hydration one this weekend. See how that goes. And if it's anything like the post, I'm probably going to be ending up ordering that too. Yep. The pre-workout, not so much. You already
get hyped enough already?
I'll get to it.
That's Foxhound Fuel, promo code 5MMA for 15% off your order. So let's get started with today's show. Why don't we? Round number 1. So we are a week behind because we typically record our shows on Sundays, kind of afternoonish or whatever. So we recorded last week's shows before WrestleMania Backlash, and now we're going to have a recap out it here. We're weeks removed from it and all the stuff going on Raw and SmackDown here. So recap of WrestleMania Backlash. We do the 5-star Dave Meltzer rating here on 5 Round MMA. Overall, as a whole, the show pay-per-view, Albert, how many stars would you give it?
I gave it 3.5. And the only reason I even gave it up to 3 is Roman Reigns, that dog. He's been bringing it, bro.
The big dog.
He's just been bringing it. I thought that last match was, perfect. I mean, I don't know if it was because Cesaro is just that good of a worker, bro. But I was entertained, which is to me the number one thing, regardless of wrestling, whatever. Am I entertained? That last match had me entertained. I think the Cesaro selling the injured arm was a good piece to it. The way he showed that he hurt his arm was legit, bro. So you
believed it.
Yeah, and then having Seth Rollins come out at the end was just that cherry on top. I thought the Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and
Braun
Strowman was and then the zombie thing just killed me, bro. I couldn't.
We'll get to that too.
It just killed me. But yeah, 3.5 stars.
For me, it was 4. It was
wow,
all the matches were
to me,
good.
That's pretty high.
All the matches were good. I think it was. I was a little worried because WrestleMania 2.0.
You know
I
what?
thought Bayley and Bianca Belair worked their butts off.
Yeah.
Bayley especially.
Oh yeah.
She's really amping up that heat. She's really getting into her character. I like it. Cesaro and Roman Reigns, it takes 2 to tango. One, Cesaro is proving that he can. His caliber of these matches. Roman Reigns, man, he's having these matches consistently. You can't say he's having a poor run as WWE champion.
Oh no,
Universal champion.
You know what's crazy? Cesaro's run right now is reminding me very like Chris Benoit did. Chris Benoit's run was very wrestling based. I mean, he wasn't cutting the best promos, but he was working so hard and having these big matches and having just incredible matches with Kurt Angle and everybody else that it's hard not to go over. And I feel like Cesaro's in that book right now. And the more they keep putting hurdles in front of him, I think the more the fans are going to start getting behind him, if they're not already behind him. But you know what? Like, I was a Roman Reigns, I wouldn't say hater, but not so. But
you were just a non-believer.
I wasn't a supporter. But man, the guy is killing it, bro.
The big dog.
He's just killing it right now.
He's been my boy since day one.
He's firing on all cylinders. I'm talking about gimmick, his wrestling,
his promos.
He's. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I hate when I have to show respect to John Jones, and it's the same with Roman Reigns. But bro, when you guys show, I mean, the guy's on all cylinders.
It's because
he's on top of his game.
It's because like the internet wrestling community, you're all about that indie clout, right?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns never did the circuit on Ring of Honor. He's never been to Japan. He's never done this. He's done that. Granted, Cesaro, Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, we've seen them in the crappy, hot, dingy VA halls, right? The veterans halls. We've seen them in those crappy. Yeah, and they tore the houses down there. Roman Reigns has been a product of WWE since pretty much day one. You can't fault the guy. He's hanging with these guys who are well seasoned from all around the world. The big dog, man. He is delivering in all cylinders. I can't say enough about what he's a star. Like it, believe that. Jason Dos Leprechauns podcast, believe that. Zombie match. Damian Priest and The Miz. It was a lumberjack match. Randomly, just a bunch of zombies appeared. Turned into be a promotional tie-in with Netflix's Army of the Dead, directed by Zack Snyder, starring Dave Bautista. Got a ton of heat online, but hey, if they're not talking about you, they don't care, right? So it was a business deal from the WWE. People shouldn't be surprised by this. Word report now they got paid upwards to $1 million just to promote this match or to promote the movie. This is why WWE is the leader in professional wrestling and why they're a $1 billion company and why people pay to get that exposure on them. Was it corny? Yeah, but so was The Undertaker. So was The Fiend. So was Kane. So is the Ministry of Darkness. All that stuff is corny. Credit to Damian Priest and The Miz and John Morrison for selling the hell out of that because they sold it 100%. Super corny, but guess what? Wrestling can be corny sometimes. And when you look down, it's business. $1 million. Here's my promotion. If AEW was offered the exact same money, you best believe Tony Khan say, what do you want me to do? Like you said, it maybe not be that corny, but real quick, your thoughts on the zombie lumberjack
Trust me. I know at the end of the day, this is a business, man, and you can't turn down good business. And I mean, they gave a perfect gimmick to a trash ass match, anyways.
Yeah, so I hate lumberjack matches.
Yeah, so I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at where they threw it at. I just felt like it could have be done better. We're in a cinematic stage, right? It's a perfect way to do a cinematic match.
They were in the Thunderdome. They could have done it.
Exactly. There's no fans live. Cinematic matches are still in. This would have been perfect for that. My boy John Morrison has some film background. He could have acted his butt off. The Miz supposedly has some good movies. I don't know.
I think John Morrison even has like a zombie movie he produced. I think.
So I'm just saying, like, it almost tailored to a cinematic. I don't know if there was some kind of time constraint, or maybe they were just trying to keep it under budget to get as much money out of this as possible. But I just felt it could have be done better.
Yeah.
But whatever. At the end of the day, it's a business, man. I ate Slim Jims because Macho Man did.
There you go.
I tried that energy drink when X-Pac was sponsored by it because X-Pac was sponsored by it. So, I get it.
Real quick, I haven't seen Army of the Dead yet, but I am a Zack Snyder fan. I will be checking it out. It's on my list. Interesting to see Batista as a star. I've never seen Batista in a starring role. I never saw Stuber or that one where he's like that CIA with the kid. So supposedly Army of the Dead, Batista is a star in this movie. Oh. So I'm used to him as being Drax, couple lines here and there, and then that's it. Yeah. But I'm a Zack Snyder fan, and I like zombie movies and horror movies, so I will be checking that out for sure. That's it for round number 1. We're gonna switch gears with round number 2, talk about some mixed martial arts and boxing and the craziness that's going on in the world of boxing and how that all ties into a former UFC welterweight champion. So don't go anywhere. That's coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Time for round number 2. The world of professional boxing and what it's becoming now is more of these gimmick matches of these older retired fighters and celebrities and non-boxers and social media influencers. It keeps evolving, right? We keep hearing names of who's going to fight next. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, one of them got signed to Showtime Boxing. Now they're going to show their fights exclusively with
Jake Paul.
Whatever. I mean, Showtime Boxing, that kind of shows you where they're at now. Biggest one, Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy. Out of nowhere, apparently him and GSP agreed to box each other. It was all set to promote. Triller was going to promote it. De La Hoya agreed. GSP agreed. But it turns out GSP is still contractually obligated to the UFC and he can't do anything in combat sports related without the blessing of Dana White and the UFC. They go to Dana White. Hey, do you sign off on this? No, I do not. I do not want GSP, my fighter who's still under contract still, engaging in this boxing match, exhibition, whatever it be, with De La Hoya. And that's it. That's all we've heard. Triller's come out and said, we'll make a donation to whatever charity you want if you allow it. De La Hoya's pressuring Dana White to do it. GSP even said, hey, I'm disappointed it didn't happen, but my hands are tied here. Nothing else can do. GSP is always a sportsman. He's not going to talk crap about anybody. Too nice of a guy to do it. Real quick, your thoughts on this potential matchup between GSP and De La Hoya, and 2, do you agree with Dana White nixing the idea?
So recently, Brandon Schwab had Tim Kennedy on his show. And it's funny because one of the things they talk about was when they both decided to retire, they got a nice little notification from the UFC saying, hey, we wish you the best, but if you do anything competitively, just know you still owe us some fights, so you're still under contract. Thus, if you want to do anything in the combat realm, you got to go through us. So it was just funny that Tim Kennedy and Brandon Schwab brought that up and said, if we want to do anything combat, we have to go with UFC first.
Oh, there's not like a buyout they can do? Like, can they buy here? UFC give you some money for my release?
There's a popular law for boxing called the Ali Act, where you can't enslave a fighter and not give them the bulk of the money, right? I'm not a lawyer, nor have I really read up on it. I know it is a popular law that is used. I think Alberto Del Rio tried to use that to get out of his contract with WWE as well. But we're pushing the law stuff aside.
We'll find out.
Because
or if you know, comment below.
Yeah, thank you. And then, but I will say this though. I think after what happened with Ben Askren, a couple things. I think the reason why GSP isn't getting allowed to box here. One, Ben Askren got totally wrecked by Jake Paul. And I get Dana White. You have probably one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT of UFC going into boxing, if he loses the way Ben Askren loses, I mean, not that UFC loses credibility, but you in some way or form, that's a black eye on the UFC. You get me? You know the way, right away people are going to be like, see, that's why boxing's better. See, that's why boxers have better fighters. But in reality, that's not even close to being true. So I just think he doesn't want a top star to have a video package of him ending up like Ben Askren. But see, Ben Askren, you could take the chance. I don't even think Dana White really cares about him. Well, yeah, he cares a lot about GSP.
And Dana White, I mean, Ben Askren isn't a UFC guy. He's a MMA guy, right?
Yeah.
He's labeled. He made his name in Bellator and won. And kind of, he's 1-2 in the UFC. Got embarrassed, Jorge Masvidal. Not really a UFC guy, more an MMA guy.
Yeah, and so the second thing I was going to say why I think this wasn't allowed was just like in wrestling, you got to do the job. Mm-hmm. On your way out, you got to do the job. And GSP didn't do the job. GSP, remember, we kept hearing this rumor of GSP Khabib. GSP might fight Khabib. Mm. And then nothing came out of it. And I think at the end of the day, you got to do the job before you work your way out. Yeah. And I think if that would have happened, I think Dana White would have been more inclined to let him box Oscar De La Hoya.
Or if he maybe defended the middleight championship once.
Defended the middleweight
after beating Bisbing, he just retired. If you defended it once, okay, you left.
Exactly.
You know what?
So I think, him versus Usman, that's a big match.
Yeah.
Him versus Khabib, it's a big match. And because he didn't do the job on the way out, I think Dana White's still like, hey, bro, you won't fight the big fights in UFC, but yet you want to go out. Nah, I ain't having it.
But how is this any different from McGregor and Floyd?
Again, Connor's just a different animal.
Which I think you're going to put this out, which is bullshit, I think.
And keep in mind, at the time, you guys see how where Connor was at the time. He did the job on the way out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just weird because like Dana White truly is a Conor fan.
Yeah.
I don't think he was ever really a GSP fan. If you remember, there's some criticism he has given GSP before, regardless of how he talks about him now. Look at the timeline, bro. I don't think he was ever really in favor of GSP.
Not that he likes the Chuck Liddells, the Conor McGregor people would knock out.
I think Tony said it best. There's just some people that are Dana White privilege, and I don't think GSP is one of them.
I think one it's because it's De La Hoya too. They've had a rivalry going back forever. De La Hoya tried his MMA thing. He put Liddell and Ortiz in the cage. There's been this smack talk between them big time.
He might still have a sour thing over that because Dana White tried his hardest to keep Chuck Liddell out of the octagon.
I really don't think it's about GSP representing the UFC. Daniel Cormier said that too. Like it's kind of rough because Daniel Cormier thinks that De La Hoya would school GSP. I don't think it's about that. I really think it's about De La Hoya and the beef between Dana White. Because like you said, it's a boxing match. If you put De La Hoya versus GSP in the octagon in the cage, we know what's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
So it's
getting choked out.
That argument is done because it's not what it is. If anything, to see what GSP, the hyper athlete that he is, how far can he come in boxing if he had a full camp with Freddie Roach in his corner? What can he do? Because he's a hyper athlete. And he's obsessive compulsive about this stuff where he wants to be the best. Where even if he survives 8-10 rounds with De La Hoya but loses a decision, that's a win.
It's even like it's funny because even though Conor lost that Floyd Mayweather fight, in reality he won because
he just survived. Right?
All the boxing analysts, all the boxing nerds, whatever, said he wasn't gonna lay a punch. They said he wasn't gonna lay one punch on Floyd Mayweather. He laid more than one, and he rocked him. So
plus it's different. It's Trilla. It's De La Hoya, who's 50, GSP, who's, it's not the same thing where when Floyd and McGregor fought, Floyd was still active, right?
Yeah.
It's not like Floyd and one of the Paul guys now where Floyd's, 5 years from his last competitive fight. So I don't know. I still believe it's Dana White and De La Hoya not getting along. I got GSP in this boxing match anyways because I seen him.
Come on, dog. I think Oscar gives him a boxing lesson.
He's an Olympic, but I think come on, man.
Come on.
That's it for round number 2. We're gonna switch gears and talk about active MMA. We're gonna recap the UFC Fight Night Garbrandt versus Font coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Bam.
Welcome back. Time for round number 3. Let's talk about a quick recap of UFC Fight Night. Rob Font versus Cody Garbrandt. This happened this past weekend. Big win for Rob Font, I think. He's kind of been going under the radar in the UFC's bantamweight division. Cody Garbrandt, love him or hate him, he is a polarizing figure.
Yeah.
Tension grabber. You know, he has a knockout power. Had the knockout, one of the knockouts of the year against Rafael Sensal last year, man. He has a power, former champion. But Rob Font took him to the distance and took away unanimous decision victory, kind of derailing all the steam for Cody Garbrandt.
I would say this, though, about Cody. Again, I haven't really listened to post interviews or see if he said anything. But after, knowing what the health history he went through this past year, he did seem like he was not firing on all cylinders. He did seem like he tired out really easily doing takedowns when you're from Team Alpha Male. I'm assuming you do takedowns for 5 hours and then you actually spar.
Yeah.
So I do think the health part did play a lot into his game, but not to take anything away from Rob Font. The guy put on a good performance, a championship performance, I thought. And so I think his stock is high, but there's a lot of things to be worked out in this bantamweight.
Yeah, go to the bantamweight rankings real quick. So it's kind of going like under the radar because obviously Peter Yan lost the title in controversial fashion to Aljamain Sterling, the illegal knee. Some people saying Sterling oversold it, but like it or not, Aljamain Sterling is the bantamweight division. There hasn't been any announcement on running that back yet. You had to run that back, right? You think, or do you?
No, yeah. I think there's no question. You run that back, especially the way that finished. You have to,
especially too with they just announced Corey Sandhagen, who almost murdered Frankie Edgar. I think he's going to welcome back TJ Dillashaw.
Woo.
I saw that already. So Corey Sandhagen, who's number 2, he's booked. That leaves Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling, right?
Yeah, I don't see any other matchup.
So that leaves Rob Font, who just beat Cody Garbrandt. What's next for him? Dominic Cruz, but Dominic Cruz is calling out the guy from Monster. He doesn't seem like he's really interested in fighting for the title anytime soon.
The only thing that makes sense is Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
Just because Rob Font I think he already beat Marlon Moraes.
Yeah.
Rafael Sensal, I think he already faced. So there's not that much there. Pedro Munoz, maybe. But even then, the only one that makes sense to me is Dominic Cruz. Mm-hmm. I think it's funny that Dominic Cruz still carries so much weight, and if you're not going to fight for the title, I think the only thing that's equivalent to the title is a win over Dominic Cruz.
Well, Dominic Cruz, he's the greatest bantamweight champion in the UFC history, right?
Yeah, so
you can't argue that.
So the only thing that makes sense to me is Rob Font versus Dominic Cruz, but it's going to get interesting really quickly. And just remember, Jose Aldo's still technically in this mix.
He's still alive, ranked number 5 currently.
And people like to count Jose Aldo out. He's a young cat. He's got
a lot of miles on him, but he's still young.
But he's still, and then with TJ Dillashaw coming in, so there's still a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know how active Rob Font really wants to be, but I think Dominic Cruz is the path to the championship. And there's a lot of fights still to be made here.
Yeah, go back to the Fight Night results real quick. I want to talk about the co-main event. Carla Esparza.
Carla Esparza.
It was a bloodbath, man.
First of all, I just want to say we are privileged to have been able to go to her training facility and actually get to see her UFC belt that
Team Oyama in Orange County
that she won. It was an honor just to even be there and to actually see the belt that she won. And so, I mean, I've always been a big fan. And, man, I don't understand why people leave what got you to the dance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If your bread and butter is wrestling, still do the stand-up stuff. But you got to go to your bread and butter. And I think Esparza found herself and stopped the hype train that is Yan, which I'm not even going to try to do her last name. But, man, I thought I saw the oldest Carla Esparza in the octagon,
people
bro.
forget that she won that.
That's how dominant she used to be, just like that.
She lost to Joanna. That's nothing bad on that one. I think that now 5 in a row. She called out current champion Rose Namajunas.
Yep.
Has to happen, right?
Has to.
I think it makes sense. She owns a win over her.
Yeah.
Like I said, if Carla can make it done, I mean, like you said, Might as well. Let's see. Rose is a different fighter from when they first fought, so I think it's going to be a great fight.
That's true, but we have seen nothing but success from Rose in the stand-up. And if you remember, her last big loss was because of a takedown.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I
power bomb.
So I feel like on the road to greatness, Rose has to face someone like this because there's that question of the ground game.
Yep, I think that's it for this round. We're going to take a small break and come back and enter the championship rounds. Real quick shout out to UFC heavyweight Jared Vandera, former guest on this podcast for the win.
Go ahead and go to YouTube, write his name, and you can see our interview.
Yep.
Real cool dude.
Yep. That's it for round number 3. We're going to come back and switch gears and talk about some professional wrestling, a big-time injury to a big star in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And we'll talk about the outcomes and the repercussions of that injury coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. Let's enter the championship rounds, and these championship rounds are brought to you by our 2 sponsors. First, I want to introduce Wildbar, which are plant-based, nutrient-dense fuel for the active lifestyle. It's organic, non-GMO, paleo, and keto-friendly, all-natural bars, hemp seed, all that good stuff, man. They got 3 great flavors, blueberry, cherry, and pineapple. You can also use promo code 5RoundMMA15 to get a nice little discount on your order. They have boxes for each one, or you can do a sample box and get one of each for only $10. Again, all natural, paleo, vegan friendly, healthy ingredients.
2 things
for the active lifestyle.
First of all, you know me, I'm a marketing geek.
Yes.
Whenever I see good marketing, I got to point it out because it just annoys me when a company doesn't have good marketing. But can I just look at these graphics, bro?
It's beautiful.
Clean. Kudos, whoever is the marketing guy over there, kudos, bro.
Marketing person, you don't know if it's a guy or not.
Yeah, or girl, yeah. So kudos to them. Love the design of the bars. Love it. And the second thing is, just like Foxhound, bro, when someone tells me recovery, you don't know how excited I get. My life is all about recovery now. It's
with the 2 little ones.
It's too ridiculous.
Trying to be active,
bro,
healthy.
I can't live off of Bang no more. I need recovery. So Epsom salt, I mean, you name it, I am becoming a recovery guru. You don't know how hype I am that this is also for recovery.
Then Wild Bars for you get no refined sugars, non-GMO, gluten-free, all natural, paleo-friendly, keto-friendly. Again, only natural, healthy ingredients for Wild Bar. Again, use promo code 5RoundMMA15. That's 5RoundMMA15. And again, these rounds are also brought to you by Foxhound Fuel. Woo! Stay sharp. Again, with a pre-workout, a during workout, and a post-workout powder, all natural, no artificial sweeteners. Again, pre-workout to get you pumped for the workout, the during workout powder to get the most out of your workout. If you're feeling tired, get rehydrated during that. And of course, the post-workout powder to help you recover and get the workout the next day, or to help you recover on your rest day to get back at it again. That's Foxhound Fuel. You want to use promo code the number 5MMA for 15% on your order. Again, a big thank you to both for Wild Bar and Foxhound Fuel for promoting the show. And again, we'll also have some pretty cool interviews set up. Both Foxhound Fuel and Wild Bar have some high elite jiu-jitsu athletes in their stable of athletes. We're going to have them on the show as well. It's going to be great. Really excited about the partnership for Wild Bar and Foxhound Fuel. Again, thank you both for them for allowing us to present their product on our show. Let's get started here with round number 4. Let me get the timer going here. Hold on one second. Timer started. Woo, this one hurt when the news came out. I thought to myself, this has to be a work, bro. It's not a shoot, but New Japan IWGP heavyweight champion Will Ospreay injures his neck and is forced to vacate the world title. If you guys have been following New Japan and Will Ospreay, he's been having some of the most ridiculous matches. 5-star, Mr. 5-star. Right now, it's Ospreay, Kenny, and Roman Reigns, and in whatever order you want. Those are the 3 right now in the world. But Ospreay was just killing it, man. And when I saw this, my gut, it just punched me in the gut, man, because this guy's worked so hard to become the champion of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So it is vacated now. No real plans I've heard of yet as of this recording what the plan is, if the tournament style or what, or what they're going to do to keep this, to keep somebody, as champion here. But Albert, we all know what professional wrestling, the talk is Kenny Omega and him collecting all the belts here. Does Will Ospreay's injury open a door for Kenny Omega to possibly come back to New Japan Wrestling and maybe wrestle for this vacated IWGP Heavyweight Championship?
Bro, I've said it too many times. All I do is think and dream about potential things with Kenny Omega in the wrestling world. And right off the bat, I was heartbroken to hear the injury of Will Ospreay. One of my favorite wrestlers, like you said, you can say he's the number one guy right now, and I wouldn't even be mad at you. Man, the guy is a worker, bro. The guy does stuff I don't even think you can do in a video game.
Yeah,
so, I mean, I can't give no more bigger props to Will Ospreay. But with that said, the fantasy booking in me the gears started turning, bro. If they do tournament style, again, selfish reason, Kenny hits the tournament, makes the finals, and guess who he goes up against? Ibushi, bro. Come on. Kenny versus Ibushi is still makes me salivate in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. It's what I think about when I go to sleep. It's what I think about when I wake up. It just consumes.
On your drive to work, it
just consumes me to see Kenny Omega versus Ibushi
with everything on the line.
For everything on the line, or just the New Japan title is fine with me. It just opens the door for that potential thing to happen.
Yeah,
and that's the only thing that excites me. That's why I'm not too worried about the state of New Japan. I think there's a lot of options for them to do. Even if they don't do the tournament style and just do a straight up one-on-one, they got the talent to go up against each other. The only thing I don't really get, because I don't really follow the dirt sheets that much in Japan, is whose contract's coming up, who's needs to renew and whatever. And that does play into a lot of, like, as far as the matchups for the belt.
Yeah.
I mean, New Japan has gone the shorter end of the stick when it comes to their champions, Shinsuke Nakamura and all them, AJ Styles. I mean, there's a lot of guys that they push and then they kind of leave. And I understand in Japan that they really have to think about who they put in that position. Mm-hmm. And I don't blame them, because, dude, if that was me, I would have been more inclined to be a jerk. And I think New Japan has taken a lot of poop, bro, over their stars getting success and then leaving.
Yeah, that's true. Especially with they're obviously they have the talent to market themselves in the United States and North America. They've been trying to do that, which is why, you have, stars of like Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega and Jay White and AJ Styles who have that crossover appeal to North American fans. You have to highlight them, right? They're working with Impact. They're working with AEW, but it is very carefully to put their crown, their IWGP title on on somebody who's not Japanese. That's a big risk.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's bit him in the butt before, and you got to be careful again. Will Ospreay is a New Japan star through and through. I don't see him ever going anywhere, because his style just is friendly for that.
He's had a chance to switch over brands.
Yeah.
And he stayed true to New Japan, which I know it must have been tough. Maybe it wasn't tough, or maybe it was a no-brainer, but at least in a fan's perspective, it felt like it would have been tough. Mm-hmm. Just because I think AJ is like a perfect example of someone that has all the talent in the world, but the world doesn't know about it. Mm-hmm. And it only took a platform like New Japan to finally bring them into light, to the mainstream. And it's weird to even say that out loud. No, because I knew AJ Styles was a star. You go way back to Ring of Honor, and I was popping for that guy. And it's just weird to me to say that after 20 years or whatever it was. But in all honesty, it really is a good platform for these guys. And kudos to Will Ospreay, I think he could have easily jumped around a long time ago.
And it's tricky too, especially now. We're going to talk about what's going on in the real world. They did have a major outbreak of COVID-19 where a lot of the top stars got sick. They had to actually cancel I think the remainder of the shows for the month of May, because Japan, the country Japan, was in a state of emergency because they're having a vaccine rollout kind of slower. So that's also impending. Like, do you want to give Do you want to allow the title to be on a person who doesn't live in Japan but comes and travels in Japan and has a quarantine for 2 weeks and then go to wrestle and then go back and come home? And, so that is a factor, unfortunately, now is in the world we live in, especially with COVID-19 going on. So there's a lot to go about for New Japan here. I almost think they're going to give it to somebody who they can trust in the meantime, and then to see how the rest of the year plays out, see how the partnership with AEW and Impact rolls out here. But is it, again, a big blow to Will Ospreay? And, man, I hope he can recover, because anytime it's with the neck and the spine, man, it's scary. And if you look up how he got the injury, it was a shooting star press. He landed awkward. His neck snapped back. It looked nasty. But the dude is a tough dude, man. And like I said, my heart sank when I heard about it. But, again, we're marks. See the fantasy matchup here. I think there's a way that New Japan could spin it for the better. And then when Will Ospreay comes back, I never lost it. Whoever's champion, give me one-on-one. Final thoughts?
I was just gonna say, Rocky Romero was at AEW, and he's a front office guy. As much as you go listen to his podcast, and he denies that he has any real say in New Japan. Come on, bro, we're on to you. He was at AEW, so maybe after all this took out, he had some talks with Tony. Who knows?
We'll see what happens, bro. The imagination, anything's possible in professional wrestling. That's it for round number 4. We got one more round coming next. We're going to preview AEW's biggest pay-per-view of the year, Double or Nothing. That's coming up next.
5-round MMA.
Welcome back. 5th and final round. Albert, I have to admit, I have to tell the audience here, when I see this event here and I see the card, I can only be heartbroken, because we were supposed to go to Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, and the stupid pandemic happened and they canceled it, and now it's in Florida. We can't go to Florida because they said, hey, all those tickets are no longer valid for Las Vegas. So I see this card, I'm like, man, what's an alternate universe?
And we were gonna make it like a little special thing. Like, this was going to be the second time we go to it. Yeah. And it just felt like it was something that we're going to do every year, because
probably did a live show in Vegas.
Believe it or not, we in the West Coast don't get that much love in wrestling. Those East Coast guys are spoiled, bro. They get everything, and we always get maybe something. And so it was just awesome that in the West Coast we had something like Double or Nothing.
In Vegas, it's a 4-hour drive from Southern California.
It's around the block for us, bro. And so, it pains me to not be there.
Yeah, so Double or Nothing is quickly becoming one of the top pay-per-views for AEW, right? It's equivalent to like the big 4 of WWE's WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, right? So Double or Nothing is one of them.
Yeah.
Big time matchups here, man. It's taking place May 20th, this Sunday. Stat card, I like it. Looking at on paper, man. You want to start from the bottom and go up the top?
Yeah. First of all, my boy Hangman Page. Can we just talk about this guy? Is just gold, and I think they're only holding on to the reins until we get fans. Yeah. He's again. I think we talked about Rusev being a very fan-driven wrestler. I think Heyman's another guy. Even though without the fans, he's still gold. Yeah. But I think with the fans, he's just that much valuable. Yeah. And I think they're really holding on to those reins until we get fans. But this guy, I mean, you can strap on the rocket ship right now, because this guy's going to the top, bro.
Yeah, I look forward to looking at Brian Cage doing the job for Hangman Page. I don't understand why this isn't 1998 anymore. Get that.
You got to beat the machine, bro. Get that in order to be established.
Nobody cares about the FTW title. This isn't 1998, 1997 anymore. Tony Khan. ECW happened. Yeah, we all know what happened. But get that FTW title off of him and off of TV. And it's like, even WWE is supposed to bring back the $1 million title for NXT. Why? Just I don't understand that. I don't know if this is the first match of the night, but it's this is the official. It's listed here as one of the first matches, I guess. Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. I don't
bathroom break, bro.
You're a bigger Ethan Page mark than I am.
I love Ethan Page.
I see this as a downgrade for Darby Allin, especially losing the TNT title. I mean, this is his match.
Here's the crazy thing for me, and I wish I get some heat on this. Is I'm a big fan of Scorpion Sky. Yeah. Big fan of Ethan Page. Darby Allin, I don't really care too much for, but I see the potential. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Why I don't even care for this match is Sting, bro. He just gives me a sour taste in my mouth. And give me the heat, bro, because I have never, ever popped for Sting in my life.
I'm pretty sure you have.
Never popped for that. Fool.
Not when he came down from the rafters,
Never.
bit the WO with the bat.
You know what I thought about when I first saw him? I said, what a ripoff of Crow, bro. That's what I said when I saw it.
We did Guillermo.
What a ripoff.
Guillermo, you need to come and validate that.
Never popped for him, bro.
You guys were watching Monday night if Albert ever popped for it.
So with that said, I don't really care about this match.
Well, I want to point out real quick, I don't understand why you break up Scorpio Sky and break up SCU just to have Scorpio Sky team with Ethan Page again. What happened to the singles push? I don't understand that at all.
It's weird because you separate Scorpion Sky from SCU to give him the push, but then you put him back into a tag
Ethan
team.
Page. Why not have? I'd rather have SCU as one of the heel groups go up against Sting and Darby Allin.
I was even fine if they would again create another stable because they're stable heavy.
Yeah,
you might as well create another stable and have Scorpion Sky and Ethan Page in it.
Yeah, but we'll see how that one is. I think they made it a point to say this is not going to be a cinematic style matchup, right? So actually, Sting's actually going to be in the ring and wrestling.
It's not gonna, if it's a regular match, Sting's not going to be in there.
TNT Championship match. Miro, newly crowned TNT champion against Lance Archer. This has the potential to be a Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre hitting heavyweight bout. I think. I'm excited for this. I like it. Hopefully their styles don't clash and either one of them don't have a problem selling for each other.
I feel like this match is one of those like hidden gems. Yeah. Where like it could probably beat out a lot of the matches that night. It could be the talk of the whole event
if they work together. It's that two big dudes. They have the similar style matchups. We're gonna go long here, so we're past the 5-minute mark because it's wrestling. We always go long. AEW's Women's Championship. Sheeta against Dr. Britt Baker.
If Britt Baker don't win, I'm writing.
She has a win, right?
Bro, I'm gonna write if she don't win. This is beyond me. Why Britt Baker is not the face of AEW?
Well. I think she's almost the equivalent of Hangman Page in the women's division. I think.
Yeah.
She's been there since day one.
But I don't think you need the fans there to really push her.
No, but I think now she had one of the best matchups this year with Thunder Rosa.
They're not her the belt anymore.
Gimmicks there. It's all there. Give it to her. Let her time to shine.
I'll let you talk about this tag team of a stinker.
Team Sloppy Joes versus the Young Bucks. John Moxley, Eddie Kingston.
The poor man's Kevin Owens. That's what I call him, bro. Eddie Kingston is the poor man's Kevin Owens. Take it the way you want. You take that the way you want. That's how I refer to him.
You know me. I'm not the biggest John Moxley fan either. I'm
skipping over, bro.
You've seen one Young Bucks. To me, you've seen one Young Bucks match. You've seen them all. I've seen a lot of them.
I'm not going to lie to you. I just want to see what the Young Bucks are going to be wearing that night, and then I'm cool.
Yeah. I still don't understand. Again, why are they trying to rub off on the Kenny Omega thing? I don't understand why Don Callis comes out with them. They're not going to Impact. It just doesn't make any sense.
It's all about the rub, bro.
Anyways, all right. Stadium Stampede. And again, I don't understand why. They just did this with SCU. If SCU loses, they break up, and they're doing it now. If the Pinnacle lose, they have to break up, right? Or is it loser breaks up right between the Pinnacle and Inner Circle.
I think the stipulation was only for Inner Circle, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Again, they just did it a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Now they're doing it again, but now it's a Stadium Stampede match because they did the Blood or Guts. Now it's another kind of stipulation match here, all out brawl.
It's going to be an entertaining match.
Yeah.
Again, like I like how AEW was going with like not doing the 50-50 booking. But you know,
they're going this way now.
But I think Chris Jericho has a lot to do with that, and I understand probably why they're doing that as far as these two stables. But it's going to be an entertaining match. I know I'm going to get my bang for my buck, so I'm not too mad at it, even though I personally ain't a fan of what's going on with this feud.
Yeah, I think it's a little rushed. I mean, they just started feuding a couple months ago. Now they have two kind of blow-off matches. You would think the Blood and Guts and this type of matches are like to end a feud. Now they're just becoming the middle of it. So I guess this is the payoff. I don't know. I'm going to watch it, obviously. So we'll go with that. Main event, AEW World Championship. Woo. AEW World Champion Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy and Pac.
That would have sounded a lot better if it was Pac versus Kenny Omega.
Yeah, I don't
think they need Orange Cassidy in there.
But isn't the feud between Orange Cassidy and Kenny Omega and they kind of throwing in Pac just for safe measure, you think? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Or is Pac has hey, you guys sign me and I have X amount of title matches. Yeah, get ready to throw him in there.
It could be it could be a little bit of both, but I don't think this needed to be a triple threat. There better be like a bigger picture that I'm not seeing that comes out of this, because Kenny versus Orange is a headliner on its own. Kenny versus Pac running it back is a headline on its own. To make it I don't understand this triple threat. I really don't. So I hope there's a payoff. If there's not a payoff, I'm gonna be pretty upset. But either way, take that all aside. I don't know how you have a bad match when you have the bastard Pac in it. You got Kenny Omega and
Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy.
It's gonna be a good match.
Yeah, there's no. It's impossible. Impossible. This is gonna be a bad match, and watch it be a stinker. But I don't think it's gonna be a bad match at all.
Yeah, I think hopefully Pac and Orange Cassidy can really do some stuff to shine and kind of I just want Kenny Omega to get through this year injury free, because Will Ospreay really scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
And Kenny Omega has a big matchup with Andrade and AAA. He's got a big matchup with Moose.
Woo.
He's got this big matchup. I'm like, we need Kenny healthy.
Yeah.
I do not want Kenny to get hurt at all, because he has so much left to do outside of AEW that Pac, Orange Cassidy, you two kill each other. Kenny, you can just hang back and entertain me. AEW Double Nothing, Sunday, May 30th, live on pay-per-view.
I know we're way over, but
Yeah.
I know it's not listed. They're supposed to have that Battle Royale, the what's it called? Where they
a casino
Battle
Royale.
whatever it is. The one that started all the Royales.
Yeah.
They're supposed to have that too. Not all the slots are filled, because obviously you want to leave some surprise thing. Will we see Daniel Bryan?
No.
No?
If Daniel Bryan debuts on the pre-show in a casino battle royale, no, bro.
Who do you got surprised then? Give me someone. Throw someone.
These battle royales,
Samoa Joe?
not even.
No.
These battle royale debuts are for the likes of Brian Cage. Those guys.
You son of a...
Brian Cage debuts at Billy Gunn debuts.
So you're telling me that Tommy Dreamer's coming out as a special?
Yeah, Tommy Dreamer, or I don't know.
All right, we can end this
Yeah,
round then.
that's it. So Double or Nothing, Sunday, May 30th. Again, we'll be watching because we're marks. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this week, whether you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podomatic, wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you again. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, turn on notifications. And a big thank you to Foxhound Fuel. Use promo code FiveMMA to get yourself a nice discount on their pre-workout powders, their during workout powders, and their post-workout recovery powders. And a big thank you to Wildbar, organic, non-GMO, no artificial sweeteners, keto, paleo-friendly bars. Use promo code FiveRoundMMA15 when you're checking out there. It's Wildbar. Sorry. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in this week. Albert, what do you got?
Just I hope everyone straps on the rocket ship with us, because it looks like we're heating up here.
To the moon.
So hopefully we Dodge and start going up.
See you guys next week.
Thanks for tuning in.